What is a carnivorous diet? The carnivore diet is based on the controversial theory that modern-day elevated rates of chronic disease can be attributed to people eating more carbohydrates than our ancestors did. The ketogenic and paleo diets are two more well-known examples of low-carb eating plans that restrict rather than eliminate carbs. The carnivore diet, on the other hand, is carb-free. Before we go ahead, make sure that you are subscribed to our channel. The most well-known advocate of the carnivore diet is Shawn Baker, a former American orthopedic doctor. He says that the carnivore diet can help people with depression, anxiety, arthritis, obesity, diabetes, and other problems by talking about what people who have tried it have said. But there has been no study of the carnivore diet's effects. Baker also had his medical license revoked in 2017 by the New Mexico Medical Board due to concerns over his competence. Dr. Baker's medical license was reinstated in 2019. Implementing a meat-only diet. For those who choose to follow the diet, it means cutting out all plant-based foods and replacing them with meat, fish, eggs, and very low-lactose dairy products. Meats: beef, pork, lamb, and turkey. Poultry: chicken, turkey, seafood: salmon, sardines, white fish, eggs, heavy cream in moderation, and hard cheese are all acceptable options. The use of butter, lard, and bone marrow is also permitted. Diet supporters say that you should eat fatty meats like bacon, lard, and lardo to get enough calories. On the carnivore diet, you should drink water and bone broth, but you should never drink tea, coffee, or any other plant-based drink. The number of meals and snacks per day, as well as the recommended calorie consumption, are not specified. Those who support the diet typically advise taking regular meals. Things to eat. Foods that aren't derived from animals aren't allowed on the carnivore diet. Does it aid in weight loss? The carnivore diet has some potential for helping people lose weight. Diets high in protein and low in carbohydrates have been demonstrated to be particularly effective for weight loss. This is largely due to the fact that eating extra protein might make you feel fuller for longer after meals, decreasing your appetite and the likelihood of overeating. Getting enough protein in your diet can also boost your metabolism and aid in weight loss. So, if you want to feel full on fewer calories, at least temporarily, the carnivore diet is for you. The effects of 4 energy-restricted diets with various amounts of carbs and protein on weight loss were examined in a 3-month trial including 132 people with excess weight or obesity, in comparison to individuals who consumed 0.3–0.4 grams of protein per pound per day. Those who consumed 0.9 to 1.3 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day lost considerably more weight and fat mass. Similar findings have been seen in other research, showing that a diet higher in protein and lower in carbohydrates may be better for long-term weight loss success than low-protein, high-carb diets. However, you can still lose weight without totally cutting out carbs. Instead, the primary factor in weight loss is consuming fewer calories, which may be easier to accomplish with a diet that has more filling protein. The carnivore diet is also difficult to stick to for the long run because of how restrictive it is. The advantages of a meat-based diet. The simplicity of the carnivorous diet is one of its primary advantages. Finding the core components and leaving everything else behind is the essence of simplicity. Those who suffer from chronic fatigue were discovered to have insufficient quantities of the amino acid carnitine. Best place to get your carnitine fix: red meat. Cookies, cakes, sweets, drinks, pastries, and other high-carb items are off-limits on the carnivore diet. Foods that are high in sugar can also be harmful for people with diabetes since they cause a rapid increase in blood sugar. Reducing the intake of sugary and processed meals is a common piece of advice for managing diabetes. For diabetic treatment, the carnivore diet's total exclusion of carbs is not suggested or required. Instead, it's suggested to consume fewer but healthier carbs that are high in fiber and won't trigger blood sugar increases. The disadvantages of a meat-based diet. The carnivore diet has numerous drawbacks due to the extreme restrictions it imposes and the fact that it forbids most types of food. It is salty, fatty, and loaded with cholesterol. Saturated fat and cholesterol levels may rise on the carnivore diet because it is composed entirely of animal products. Saturated fat has been linked to elevated levels of LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, which in turn has been linked to an increased risk of heart disease. Recent research, however, has disproved the theory that eating a lot of saturated fat and cholesterol can increase your risk of heart disease. However, The carnivore diet's potentially unhealthy emphasis on saturated fat consumption deserves some attention as well. Using just animal products in one's diet has not been the subject of any studies. As a result, we don't know how a diet so heavy in fat and cholesterol makes us feel. Also, bacon and other breakfast meats are among the processed meats that are particularly rich in salt. High blood pressure, renal disease, and other health problems have all been related to a high-sodium diet, which is common on the carnivore diet. It has been shown that eating a lot of processed meat can increase your risk of developing cancer, particularly in the digestive tract, which includes the colon and the rectal area. There's a chance it doesn't have enough of several essential nutrients and plant components. Fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains, which are rich in vitamins and minerals, are off limits on the carnivore diet. Meat is good for you and can help fill in nutritional gaps, but it shouldn't make up the bulk of your diet. If you follow a stringent eating plan like the carnivore diet, you could be missing out on certain nutrients while getting too much of others. A lower risk of chronic diseases like heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, and type 2 diabetes has also been linked to diets high in plant-based foods. This is because plant foods have high levels of beneficial plant chemicals and antioxidants in addition to vitamins, fiber, and minerals. No long-term health advantages have been linked to the carnivore diet, which lacks these substances. It lacks dietary fiber. Plant foods are the only source of fiber, a type of non-digestible carb that is beneficial to digestive health and regular bowel movements. Since no fiber is included in the carnivore diet, it can cause a lack of bowel regularity in certain people. Fiber also plays a critical role in maintaining a healthy intestinal bacterial balance. Inadequate gut health has been related to lowered immunity and potentially colon cancer. In fact, when comparing high-protein, moderate carbohydrate diets with high-protein, low-carbohydrate diets, one study in 17 obese men found that the latter drastically reduced their levels of chemicals that help protect against colon cancer. In general, the carnivore diet may be detrimental to digestive health. There's a chance it won't work for certain people. Some groups of people may have specific difficulties with the carnivore diet. People with chronic kidney illness and others who require a low-protein diet should not follow this plan. Those who have a hypersensitivity to dietary cholesterol, known as cholesterol hyperresponders, should be especially wary of eating too many meals that are rich in cholesterol. The carnivore diet also probably wouldn't provide enough essential nutrients for certain populations. Women who are pregnant or nursing and children are included in this category. Finally, this diet is not suitable for people who suffer from food anxiety or restrict their eating. If you enjoyed today's video, then feel free to smash the like button and subscribe to our channel.